sure that's square enough. So this is kind of the second video in me working on this project. It's day 2. I don't know if I'm going to keep it with days, because I don't think I'm going to do this daily. But when I feel like I've made some sort of progress, I think I'm going to record about it. So the first video was the kind of really vague general idea of where I was going with this, and I've kind of been closing in on what I actually want it to be, like exactly. So I've realized I'm still between two minds of two ways to go about it. I could do it as three actually. I can do it as kind of an episodic kind of thing, where I take people from a certain profession or situation or whatever, and doing like an episode or a video about that. Example, like I was asking today, people I know who are teachers or want to be teachers and stuff about teaching, just some very basic questions and stuff. So I could do like a video on teachers, on teaching. The other way would be to do it as kind of a whole hodgepodge kind of thing. So one big like video that hits on all those kind of things. So it'd be teachers, and then for example, say dealing with depression or mental health, and then traveling, and I record interviews and stuff with these people and ask them questions that are exact to those situations, but also ones that are across the board questions, and see similarities of where they line up and stuff. The third way would be interview everyone on the topic. So again, let's take teaching or for an example, because that's the one I think I'm going to start with anyway. So take teaching. Instead of just asking people who are in teaching or want to be and all that, asking everyone about teaching and their experiences with teaching and being taught and stuff like that. So I get a kind of picture of both sides of it, or multiple sides of it. So those are, I kind of got to decide which way I want to go with that. If I end up taking one, or just kind of see what I could do, is I could easily just do the interviews, compile all these interviews, and then decide. But that only leaves me with the two options of either each video is based on a certain topic, or it's all just going to be a kind of compilation of all these different topics and trying to find the common denominator within them, but it removes the possibility of interviewing everyone about each topic. Because if I'm going to do that, well, I suppose I could go into it and interview everyone about all the topics anyway, and then if I don't decide not to go with that route, I could just not use those parts of the interviews. But I then feel I'll get a different, because if it's kind of more of a general interview about experiences, I know range of them, I feel the content and feedback will be different than if it was focused on one particular experience. So that's what I gotta figure out. I also gotta figure out how I'm gonna do these interviews, because one, I don't have a decent camera. I need to get one of those, or a good enough camera. And two, figure out some editing. Now, I do know people who I was in college with before I dropped out who are very good at that kind of stuff, and maybe, I don't know if they'd want to help out and actually do the filming, do the editing, and I'd be more like a producer, producer kind of director or whatever. Or if I just go about it, ask them for tips and pointers, but do it myself. So that's kind of where I am now. But I'm glad I'm getting the footwork in, and I'm starting to think that the people I had in my head for who I'd want to interview, I think I need to broaden that circle of people and get more different views. Because I've been thinking of people I know, I've met, which is good, but I think I need people who I don't know and I haven't met to get a different kind of reaction. Because I feel one of my biggest fears with this is when I ask people the questions in person. Obviously, I'm going to think of the answers, but I don't see people. I'm going to be asking people about things they've already experienced, so they're going to be looking back in my experience and then giving answers, and the answers are going to be influenced by hindsight. And thing is, I don't want the answer of what they've learned from it or how they feel now looking back on it. I want to get as close to the feeling of what it was like for them at that moment when they were in a certain situation, going through it or exploring it. And I think that's going to be the hard part about this whole thing. And I don't know whether I just explain that to people when I sit them down and when I talk to them, or do I just let them talk and hope the honesty and rawness that I'm looking for actually comes out. So that's where I am right now. But this is day 2, and I'm still looking at it, and I'm actually doing little bits to work towards this project. So pretty proud of myself. I know it sounds silly, but I haven't actually kept an idea like this running for even this long in a long time. So hopefully it keeps going. I can't see, as long as I keep putting myself out there and not being afraid to ask the questions or jump on it, as long as I don't let it get away from me or procrastinate, as long as I push myself even a little bit, I think I can pull this off in some way. And right now I'm not thinking, obviously it's easy to think about the perfect end product, like what it would be if I had all the money in the world and time and it was able to sit down and do this perfectly. But I don't. But that's part of the experience. And so I think it's going to develop as I keep going with it. And I think it's just one step at a time. But I feel like I have taken the first step. And one foot after another, I suppose. Anyway, that's my kind of update journal, video journal, whatever I'm going to call this thing, I don't know. But we're moving. Let's keep going. Woo.